What's up, everybody? All right, if you saw it, I made a short video back on Thursday where I made my predictions for the Belgium Grand Prix. I wasn't even close. I was just going off of some rumor. I try to get those I'm gonna try to get those predictions out well in advance of free practice one, just to get them on the record, and that way I have nothing to go off of ahead of time, just going off of gut. And I had predicted in third Russell, second Verstappen, even though he was starting from the back. I knew that ahead of time, and first Lewis Hamilton. I went off of that idea because it was rumored that Mercedes was going to bring some big upgrades, and I thought that with him going to be starting hopefully closer to the front, that he was going to have a chance. Now, I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan. I just figured, he was getting due. I had a comment from another user, maybe one of my subscribers. Thank you for that. Where he predicted third Leclerc, second Hamilton, and first Verstappen. And well, we were both wrong. First off, I have a really bad blue screen behind me, and I apologize for that. I'm waiting on something better to be able to do better on this, but this is just what I have for right now. Let me know what you think of it, if I should keep kind of doing this overlay, or if I just narrate over everything. Anyway, I wanted to go through the update to the stats for nerds and look at the championship picture that were post Belgium. And I want to say that I've already figured out how many points are left that a person can achieve in the remaining races, starting with the Dutch Grand Prix. There are 216 points left available to earn. That's a theoretical maximum. That's winning the race, finishing first in the last sprint, and getting the fastest lap. It's 216. So having said that, let's take a look at the standings that I did from before Spa. And pre-Spa, as we can see, Verstappen was in the lead. I'd already eliminated, based on the mathematical, math, and Excel does this. I eliminated everyone who was more than 242 points back, since that was the theoretical maximum. So Mick Schumacher down was gone, and you can see Leclerc was behind Verstappen by a whopping 80 points. A lot of people say the championship is over at that point, but I didn't say it was, because mathematics, it's not. Looking at post-Spa, we can see the picture has changed quite significantly. Verstappen's still in the lead by quite a deal. Now 93 points. Now the important thing here is that Leclerc has fallen to third in the championship. Now I'm still going to compare Verstappen to Leclerc, because unless something happens to Verstappen, and I mean like expelled out of races, medicals, anything horrific where he can't race, there's no way Red Bull is going to let Perez overtake Verstappen. There's always going to be a flop of positions. Everything's going to regard into that. So that's why I'm going to continue this. However, I'm going to update the charts to start showing a little bit more of this. But the big thing here is you can see only the top 7 are still mathematically in this championship. 216 points remaining that can be earned, so anyone who's more than that is out, and pretty much anyone who's tied with that would be out too, because of the number of races and the number of wins. So Lando Norris is technically still in it, so is Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Perez, and of course Verstappen being the leader. So let's chart this out real quick. So I've charted out here every race and the points that was won, and now this orange line that you can see above my head, that's how many points you have to be ahead in that race to win the championship mathematically. I've gotten rid of everything till the Japanese Grand Prix, because I've figured out even winning the max number of points and having your opponent finish 0, you won't achieve that until the earliest is the Japanese Grand Prix. It's just math at this point, but we can see at this point how much we started off, and let me put a graph on this one. So this blue line here is Verstappen's point lead or deficit to Leclerc. You can see he started off on the back foot. He gained a little bit of ground in the second race at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. lost some ground again with an engine failure. He started climbing up. You can see in the British Grand Prix and in the Austrian Grand Prix, we both know those were two bad races for him. He did get points, but he lost points to Leclerc. Now, the big ones I wanted to point out, and I couldn't get my PowerPoint to work. I apologize. For some reason, my recording software wouldn't record the actual animations. But we have at the Emilia Grand Prix where Leclerc made the mistake, and then at the French Grand Prix where Leclerc made another mistake. And those were big changes, I think, in this championship fight. I want to trend line this. This is just math. So doing a linear trend line, we can see on the linear trend that it looks like Verstappen will take an unsurmountable point lead around the United States Grand Prix. So he's going to, in Japan, not quite mathematically won, but could win it in the United States. On a more of a logarithmic, we can see it's going to take beyond the Mexican Grand Prix and to Brazil. We've seen the championship decided in Brazil before. We've also seen it decided in America before. So either one of those, if we overlay the two of them together, we can see it's splitting. It's saying that he's going to take the championship lead in North or South America. And I'm going to go on a prediction right now, pending anything else, and say that he's going to mathematically secure the championship at the Mexican Grand Prix. That's when Verstappen's going to be crowned the champion, just off of pure math. That can change a lot. Now, he's got a lot of momentum, and we know momentum in sports is a real thing. And the Dutch Grand Prix he does very good at. He could have another dominating position there, which could change how this is all going. But as we can see, he is inching closer to this championship for number 2. I imagine that we're going to eliminate a couple more drivers mathematically on the next Grand Prix. And I'm looking forward to doing this again. Hopefully we'll have a better screen. But what I want to know is, what do you think of this? It's a new channel, of course, so feedback's always appreciated. But I also want to hear from you, all my fellow F1 fans here in North America. When given the math and given your own personal thoughts, knowing again that he can't take it before the Japanese Grand Prix, which race do you think Verstappen is going to officially win the championship? My mark right now is the Mexican Grand Prix. I think that's going to be because I think we're going to have to see him have an off race at least one more time. And, we have Singapore on there, and that could always be a wild ride. He could clip a wall. We've seen little mistakes from Verstappen before on tight circuits, and that will pull him back down. So I'm going with Mexican Grand Prix. What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, if you like this, if you want to see more, please throw a subscribe. I know I've been trying to, for the last month, not ask people to do that, but I think it's going to help get more people to watch this and get more engagement. So everything. Last, I apologize for my voice. I came down pretty sick today. The whole family's sick. But I wanted to get this video out and just kind of go through the stats for nerds, because it's fun to me to be able to do all this. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, let me know what you're looking at, and I will put up another short look for Thursday before the next Grand Prix with my predictions of who's going to win that race. Let me know. Look for that. Comment on that. Let's have some fun with this one. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.